Frederick, what's going on here?
I'm working on the draft, Doris.
It has been 6 months since we gave the advance for your book. And not a single chapter has been written ever since we gave the advance for the manuscript.
It's coming. It's coming, Doris. I promise. I'll deliver it. I just need a little bit more time. I'll be there.
A little bit more time?
Yeah.
You need to finish in 1 week. I flew all the way from Toronto, and your deadline is over.
1 week?
1 week.
All right. 1 week. Thank you, Doris.
Hey,
Hi.
you like plants?
I love plants.
Yeah.
I look after all the plants in this building.
She was a botanist. Yeah. Yeah. You live in this building?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know this, like, famous author? Frederick
Yeah, I know.
Thorne? He lives in the adjacent building.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Which floor do you live on, by the way?
Number 4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it the door with the plants on?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think I know. Yeah.
But I'd better be going soon anyway, but nice meeting you.
Oh, nice meeting you too.
Yeah, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Inspector Brown?
Não, Inspector Silva, António Silva.
Mr. Silva. I killed a man.
You killed a man?
Yes.
Which man? Because here we have 50 crimes each week.
I don't know. I don't know his name, but I killed him.
Who are you? What is your name?
Thorne, sir. My name is Frederick Thorne.
Writer.
Yes.
Do you think that you are the author of this crime?
I might not have killed him physically, but I created the murder.
You created the crime.
Yes, sir.
Please, stand up. Show me your hands, please. You can sit down. You have not the hands. Each crime has an author. And you are not the author of that crimes. You are in your mind prison, your conscience. It's the worst prison that you can be.
Millions of people read what I write, Mr. Silva. If you just read one of the scenes I made, it's...
You are wasting my time. I need to find the real criminal. Please, go out.
Thorne! Is that you?
Hi.
Mr. Thorne, Frederick Thorne?
Yes, that's me.
Oh, you're a masterpiece.
Thank you.
Can you sign it for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What's your name?
Fred?
Oh,
Same
Fred.
as yours?
Right. All right, Fred. Thank you.
Chapter 2, there's
Yeah.
a death in there. It's,
Yeah.
I don't know, she goes down a little bit too violently. When you strangle someone, you know, they kind of like go to sleep quick.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you're writing a new manuscript, yeah?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
I can't wait. You're such an inspiration to me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thorne.
Thank you. Enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, Frederick, last time we talked about you feeling a heavy pressure on your consciousness, and we think that might be causing your writer's block.
Yeah.
Today I would like to try to work through that rough patch and get you to a better place. What do you want to share?
I think I killed a person.
Okay, you think you killed, you're not sure. Did you kill a person?
I didn't do it physically, but I think somebody's doing what I'm writing.
Okay, so that's okay. You write crime novels, right?
I do.
And you think somebody is copying the murders you're writing about, and why do you think that?
It's just I read the newspapers today that it's just so much detail. I'm sure it was the one I wrote about.
Could it be coincidence?
I can't be sure. There's still one murder didn't happen, the one in the elevator, but I'm almost sure.
And how does that make you feel?
I feel I shouldn't write anymore. I'm afraid to deliver my next draft.
And that's where the writer's block comes from.
Yeah.
Of course.
I feel like I'm the emissary of death.
Frederick,
Doris?
what's going on with you again? You haven't answered a single email, not a single phone call, not a single message, no WhatsApp. What's going on with you? Frederick!
I got it, Doris.
You what?
I got your manuscript.
You did?
Yeah. But Doris, are you sure you want to publish this?
Yes. Yes. I can't believe that you finished.
Yeah. I'm finished.
We're going to get this published very soon. I can't believe. Well done, Frederick. Well done. We're going to get this done soon.
Thanks, Doris.
I'm so proud of you.
Not me.
So guys, we just watched Emissary of Death, and it's a premiere screening, and we're really proud to have the director and all the actors with us today. And I'll let the director introduce himself and all the actors as well. So we have the director with us, Hussein, and wanted to ask what inspired you to do this film, and can you introduce all the actors who are here too?
Yeah, okay, so what inspired us to do this film? Well, the lab is basically a group of people, and we get together every month or 2 months or 3 months, and we just have a basic idea with our main co-creators, and we just come up with a skeleton script, and we meet usually on Sunday morning, starting at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and usually film for 6 hours. We do everything with like a skeleton script, and then we leave it up to the actors' improvisation. So it's a great way for people to use their creative skills and come up with something special. So I'm going to introduce the actors who are with us here today. We'll do it by who's here first. We have Anneleen. So I never met Anneleen before, and Anneleen just turned up in the morning, and she was in contact beforehand to ask what she wanted to do, and I was trying to explain to her that I didn't have any idea.
Yeah.
So it's just like, come up and be yourself and do something great. And I think perhaps she was perhaps a little bit first a bit apprehensive. I think I did send her a few links to understand the concept of the lab and how the things work, and I think you got on board quite well. I think you came up with a very good character, was a lot of presence on screen. I had no idea of your acting abilities beforehand, so I was very well impressed. And thanks for your amazing contribution.
Thank you. Is there a question, or do you guys just give a monologue?
No, any thoughts you have?
Yeah, it was definitely something I'd never done before. Like totally improvised. I didn't know what character I was going to play even before I arrived there. We knew the skeleton script, and that's all. I knew one person on the set, so that didn't really help to stay calm. But yeah, it's amazing. Once you dive in, you're just all together trying to make this thing work, and the fact that it happens in such a short time makes everybody like hyper focused, and I don't know, you really become a team very quickly, I think, and just wanna make something nice. And I'm very grateful for your trust in my abilities, and yeah, up to the next one.
Up to the next one. Okay, the next actor I'm going to call here is Alfredo. Alfredo, come on here. So Alfredo is a multi-talented artist as well. Comes up on his motorbike, excellent tango dancer. We've made a film with Alfredo before, where he played a different character, that was when I was first impressed by his acting talents. That's why I asked him to participate in this film as well, where he played the character of the policeman, Inspector Silva, impeccably.
Thank you, Hussein. It's the second time I worked with Hussein. It was a very amazing experience. My previous experience is almost in the stage, but I like also to do something with the movies, and it's an opportunity to work with this. And I like very much the team, the director, and the trust he has in us. So I thank you, and I am anxious to await the next movie.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Also, I managed to put myself in the first scene, playing a character dead on the floor. I don't know whether you recognize me. I think it was an amazing performance. And also here, of course.
The hardest part was to stop breathing.
Yeah, they told me to stop breathing, and it was almost like 1 minute without breathing. I was like waiting for the second director to say cut, which never came. So. And of course, how can we forget an amazing performance here by Samita? All her acting training, putting on the screen, putting in not just an excellent performance, as we always expect of her, but her contribution behind the scenes in helping with the storyline and putting everything together. Because one thing is to come on the day and act and come up with your character, come up with your costume, come up with your own improvisation, and that's already a huge challenge as it is as well. And to come up and design the skeleton story is also a huge task as well, because it's assigning characters to the people who sometimes we don't even know. And that's part of the creative process, which comes before the actual filming, because we just have 6 hours to film. So we really need the creative team to come up with a storyline which we know is going to evolve, and to have someone like Samita on that team as well to help create the storyline and injecting with her creativity and positivity, and helping put the team together, inspiring the team, and of course, her amazing performance as the publisher. So, huge thanks to you.
I'm really honored to be part of this film. This is the first time I did a crime thriller, and I was not sure about the element of horror here, but I think you did it very well, and I was very privileged to be part of the writing team, and I learned a lot. And as an academic, my specialty is in celebrity studies, and I noticed that we have a famous author, so that caught my attention. And also, I'm aware of fandom, and the representation of fandom, and so I was thinking about the ethics around this film, because a lot of my work, whether it's scholarly work or performances, film festivals, that I do, they revolve around social justice. So I did have questions around ethics, and although I felt that my role as a publisher was quite aligned with what I envisioned for the story, I was really wondering about the ethics, and Hussein was very reassuring in telling me, in the way he told me, that this is an unethical publisher. Samita, this is an unethical publisher. So, not to worry about that part. And, as a storyteller, I learned that, yes, you have to see both sides of the story, and, we're giving life to a character, and unethical things do happen. And I know there are a lot of activists and writers and scholars who are concerned about war crimes right now. This is a crime thriller. But I was wondering, okay, how are we actually having, what kind of dialogue are we having here? As storytellers, we do have a responsibility in society. Of course, we want to represent truth as much as we want in an authentic way. I do see the human element, and I think we're questioning, the fact that the writer is not sure about writing this novel and delivering his next draft. It just shows that, well, there's something really torn in his heart. And this is something that is not sustainable. So that's all I would say. Of course, we're not looking to have a resolution, but yes, crime happens. Unethical things do happen. So that's where I would just stop, I guess. But really honored to be part of this film, and looking forward to the continued dialogue. Any question from the audience, the wonderful audience who are here with us? Here, behind you. You want to come up here? Sure.
I'm very curious on how you set your camera angles up on shooting improv. Who was your camera guy, and how did you pick your shots?
Yeah. Well,
Usually I film with two lenses. I film with one lens which focuses on the face, so you have a very nice depth of field from the character's face and the background, and also one which captures the whole scenario. So we work on a 6-hour timing shoot to produce a 10-minute or 12-minute film in this case. So it's a very fast filming. So there's a lot of work which goes in there. So we try to make everything in one take. And I think a lot of people don't appreciate how difficult that is. So usually we do one test run, and during that test run, I'm changing the angles. Go here and go there and see which is good, what works and what doesn't work. And we go through the scene once without filming. If necessary, go through it twice. In the meantime, I'm financially, I think it's going to work. And then we go, okay, let's film it. And then we film it. And then with the second camera, we either do the whole thing with the second lens, okay, or we just do parts of it. And then we come to the other huge part, which is the editing, but that's a completely different question. So yeah, so 2 lenses, 1 take, fast filming, like Clint Eastwood. Like Clint Eastwood is very fast what he does. He just finishes very quickly, and he doesn't. There are a lot of directors who want to do things until they're 100% perfect, so we end up doing 100 takes, whatever. But we can't do that because we have people who are very busy. We need to finish things so we can keep moving with new projects. And it's a very original way of filming. I think most filmmakers don't do that. That's our style, because all of our actors and participants have very busy lives. So it's just an opportunity for everyone to get together and put in their best and film fast and come up with some magic.
Excuse me, when you say 2 lenses, you talk about 1 camera or 2 cameras?
1 camera. So it's basically I do 1 camera, 2 lenses. We did try once before with another director to do 2 cameras, 1 lens on 1 camera and 1 lens on the other camera, both Blackmagics, and edit from there. But I just find that because everything is so much in flow, sometimes we can't get the angles. So we do 1 with 1 lens, and then switch the lens and do the same thing with the second lens. Minimalist filmmaking.
And Hussein, how many films have you done so far?
I think right now we're in the 30s, so it's about 30 or 34 films as well. I think the emphasis is on just keep coming up with ideas, keep being creative, and just enjoying the whole process.
Thank you. I personally find independent filmmaking as a fantastic communication tool, and to build community, which you're doing, and really proud to host and have our audience with us today in person. Any other questions or thoughts from our wonderful audience who is here in the back, also in the front?
You said 30 in a period of how many the time? 1 year, 2 years?
I think it's what happened was that I was always, when I was younger, I was working as a figurant in films, a couple of TV films and adverts, and I never really had a say in what the script was or what the film was about. So I think it was like maybe a few years back, maybe 4 years back, I think. And I was approaching other directors, independent directors, and oh, let's make a film about this, and then it's like, oh yes, no, and it was just like, well, hold on a second. Things have changed now, technology's changed. I can buy my own camera. I definitely recommend to everybody who's interested in filmmaking, and if you can't find somebody to make your dreams out on the screen, it's just invest in a camera and invest in a few lenses, invest in a few microphones, get together with people of similar interests with you, and just start making films. So I think, to answer your question, I think it's been 4 years. And the first film was which I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. I worked with a Swiss Chinese actor, and was very creative. And we just found a few actors and just said, look, we're making films. And because if you're with the right crew, it doesn't matter sometimes what experience you have, what equipment you have. If you have the right energy in your team, you can come up with amazing things. So literally the first time I made, I was using a gimbal, and the gimbal was like making a huge whirring sound because I didn't know how to use it properly. But in editing, we just cut out the whirring. And literally the camera was literally falling to the side half the time. And it was just such a lot of fun. It was just, one of our actors didn't turn up, and I think that story was an amazing film. It was about the character who was tormented because he was raped by someone, and the rapist didn't turn up. And so it's like, well, okay, well, I said to him, okay, well, I'll be the rapist then. And literally, we just filmed the scene with making a decision, like 1 minute on the spot, and there it was. We found another character. So it's just such an amazing experience. But the main thing that I would say is about having the right team, having the right energy in the right team, having the right vision. A lot of people have different visions, and I think if you're aligned that you want to create something and create something beautiful, and you have people who align with your vision. And fortunately, throughout these films, the 30-odd films, I always was able to find people who I was like able to say, look, this is what we're doing. We're doing this fast. We're making this creative. We're going to not go with a full script. It's amazing how many people I had to ask to find this team. Literally, it was like running through people, and people say yes, and then people say no, and they say yes, and they say no. But when you talk with some people, and they say, oh, we need to have like a storyboard, and we need to do this, and we need to do that, and I'm saying, look, sorry, the lab just has 6 hours. But eventually, if you're not asking enough people, you'll find people who align with your vision, and that's what's been able to keep up this ball rolling. And there are always people joining. Like even tomorrow, if I want to make a film, I know I can count on like 20 people here in Lisbon, and just say, look, making a film, who's available Sunday, 8 o'clock till 2 o'clock. And from those 20 people, you'll have 10 people who say yes, and 6 people who turn up.
And you have your film.
And we have the film. So it's just like keeping things moving, coming up with creative ideas, speaking to the people. What do they want to film? What character do they want to play? As an actor, if I was younger and people said to me, what do you want to play in the film? I was like, jump at the chance. Because there are too many directors which are sort of enforcing their script on them, enforcing this is the story, we want this, we want that. Okay, hold on a second. But this is about asking the actors to create something, what they envisage, and then coming up with the characters that people are creating by themselves, what they feel comfortable doing. And I think that's one of the reasons behind our success and the quantity of films that we've been able to make, is because people are able to design their own character. Even this last film, Samita said, look, I want to be the publisher. I said, great, you're the publisher. And that's been a secret about the quantity of films that we've been able to color in such a short time.
Thank you. As a writer in real life and dealing with the different publishers, I had a question. So I was just wondering, and I think I have the answer to that question. It's around ethics again. How can we reconcile the challenges of crime writing with the requirements of social justice? And I was thinking somewhere it's human, like we do have fear. And when we do crime thrillers and horror films in particular, we're symbolically representing the human fear that we have, either, to die or, to be killed, and it could be just like a spiritual, killing too. So I was just wondering, what was the motivation around, doing crime thriller, and how would you address the ethical issues around that, given that we have so many war crimes right now going on, and there are a lot of people concerned about it.
I think every film or filmmaker has a responsibility to transmit a message, and think on the day we decided to improvise to have you be the victim at the end of the film. And you agreed. A publisher usually should not morally, perhaps, publish literature which would inspire people to commit murders. Question I would ask is, would that be justice having the person who had no morals in trying just to think of publishing the films and sales? Would that be sort of justice for her to be a victim at the end of the film? So I think that every film should raise questions which people should think about at the end of the film, and understand that the conscience of the writer is probably what everybody should be thinking. Thinking, should he write this book? So the fact that he's very conscious that he might be influencing people is already reflective of the thoughts that we should be having. The fact that Fred, the murderer, is inspired by this, that also raises the question of media in general, of film in general. What are the ethics of something simple like cigarette smoking, which sponsored movies back in the 60s and 70s and paid off doctors to say that there was nothing wrong with smoking? That's also ethically and morally bankrupt, but that's what happened. But that's what I think what filmmaking does. It must raise these questions through the characters, understanding when the psychiatrist, when she hears Fred admitting that he murdered someone, or saying that he did, she was like, she takes a deep breath in. And this should also be something which we as an audience should be thinking as well. So that a lot of questions raised, a lot of moral questions raised, ethics by which we should live by. And I think that's one of the duties of film, not just to entertain, but to raise questions about ethics and morals, which after watching the film, you go home and you say, hold on a second, that's right, that the publisher was a victim of her own desire to publish the book. She wants to publish the book, she pays the consequences. So yeah, it raises many questions.
Thank you. I was part of co-writing this script, and this film is still sinking into me. I think it's a timeless piece, and the journey with this film is long. We do have a little comment from one of our viewers here. Her name is Diana, and she says, this story resonates because many people feel responsible for the death of loved ones and close friends. The film translates to those who feel this way. So it's a universal theme. I think so many people can relate to the film on different levels. Any final thoughts or questions before we go for our party time and celebrate the film? Today is a very special day, so we're celebrating this film, and we're gonna have some DJ music and drinks. Any final thoughts or questions? No?
Congrats.
Congratulations.
It was good.
Thank you, Frankie. Thank you. And that's coming from a very good actress, Frankie. So we'll sign off, but we're going to be around. So stick around for drinks and conversations. And till the next time, have fun. Thank you.
Can we take a photo of the cast?
Yes, yes, yes.
Would you be so kind as to take a photo? You asked if it's so creative, so we'll definitely be able to.
I think you're pouring our lives like more stacked.
You want to come stacked again? Is the lighting okay?
Yeah,
This way?
yeah. Well, how about the couch? Yeah, the couch. Couch killing the faces. Sorry.
Smile. Both smiling faces, especially you.
I'll do some this way as well. Okay.
So you got to wave everyone?
This way as
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Samita, can I read that?
Yes, yes.
Honestly, I was unaware of
Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.
Getting out of frame, but not being like really distracted.
Thank you very much. Very nice meeting you. Looking forward to our next process. Okay, you can follow on your webpage and thank you very much.
Yeah.
Keep them coming. We'll keep them seeing. Okay. Bye. Thank you.
I've been here for a few months. Something.
I think we're going to eat something. They have food, right?
But I'm out of Seattle. But like, I'll be going back in like a few weeks to figure out, quality.
Guys, if you are on Instagram, we just had a live pre-birthday celebration. And I would say just hop onto Instagram right now. And my Instagram is Samita Nandy Official. And you're going to see the birthday cake that we had. We had 3 birthdays. One was a post-birthday for Marko. Birthday for one of our actors, David, today. And also a pre-birthday for me. So I'll let you hop on there and we'll sign off. Thank you for joining.